It is 7 p.m. Hello, everyone. My name is Carolina Galeano, and I am today's host and moderator for our Performing Visual and Media Arts virtual open house. And how great it is to have you all here from the comfort of wherever you get to sit in front of your screen. You get to learn about these amazing programs that we have here at the college. I'm so excited because you'll get to hear from some of our professors, from our faculty, from faculty, as well as students and alumni. So you kind of get a full picture of what we offer, but also what makes MC unique and why our students are choosing these programs. So let me explain a little bit about how tonight is going to flow. First, I want to kind of give you a picture of everybody who is here and who will be speaking. I want to also give them a chance to tell us a little bit about their programs, the programs that they represent and will be speaking for tonight. We also have some students and alumni in the room who will be sharing a little bit about their own experience. We also have someone who's going to be telling us about what it might be like if you're considering taking classes in college while you're still in high school. If that's you, you might be looking forward to that. And also how to gain some experience outside of the classroom. MC has a lot of offerings, and we're going to be covering a lot of different areas and disciplines. So you can look out for the one that you're interested in. But we'll also leave enough time for some Q&A so that you get to ask any questions you have of our panelists. I want to point you to the Q&A button at the bottom of your screen if you're watching from a desktop, where you can ask questions. We will get to them during the second half of our hour together. We also have some captions if you need them, so you can use that. And I will actually try to do this. Let's see if our poll will work today. I've got a quick question so we can get to know you as well. Let us know what program you're interested in. It might be more than one of those listed there. Maybe it's not even there, but just give us a sense of what you might be listening for during this time. And we're going to give you maybe 15 more seconds to get to that question before we get started. Is everybody seeing the poll? There we go. Some answers are coming in. That's always helpful for us who are here to talk to you all, so we can get a sense of who's in the room, what they are listening for. And yeah, we're excited to share a little bit about our experiences. All right, so we have a few people there interested in film, graphic design, studio art, somebody in theater, we got music, photography. Okay. Quick, before I close it, in 5 seconds, I'm gonna close it up because we got a lot to cover tonight. All right, I'm gonna end the poll here. And I think I can share. I might not be sharing results, but just so you know, we have folks interested in studio art, graphic design, and film kind of at the top. Then others who are interested in photography, theater, music, radio, and then other things. So we're happy to have you. All right, and once again, if you have questions for our panelists, you can add them in the Q&A. Use the Q&A button and put your question there. We will answer them at the second half of our time. I want to begin by introducing you all to our panelists. We have Professor Catherine Knight. She is here. She teaches visual art, but she's also an exhibiting artist. She works with painting, drawing, collage, textiles, animation, installation. We have Professor Robin Mayer. She teaches visual art. She has exhibited and curated shows locally as well as internationally. Professor Irene Albee has performed and directed theater internationally. She's a theater performance professor, director, writer, choreographer, and actor. We have Professor Jay Crowder. He's a highly educated pianist, award-winning performer with extensive musical theater experience, including at the Kennedy Center and Ford's Theater, and an overall versatile musical professional. We also have Dr. Tiffany Timms Copeland, who heads the media program. Her background in radio journalism with a Fulbright experience and publishing a book makes her also an asset to our TVRA program. I'm excited to introduce you to our alumni and student crew here. We have Ed Clark, Siboney Godoy, both are alums, and Michaela Castillo and Romula Hawthorne, who are our students. They are a mix, they represent areas from television to music to studio art, and I cannot wait to hear from them and their experience. Let's see. Well, actually, I ran through that really quickly. Let's go with Ed. Here we go. So Ed is actually one of our MCTV alums, and his experience takes him all the way to Director of Production and Broadcast Operations with the NFL at the Detroit Lions. Thank you for joining us. We have Siboney, who is a multi-talented performer, violinist, hula hoop artist as well. She's in a partnership with the Miami-Dade Libraries right now. She's pursuing her master's degree in Florida. We have Romula Hawthorne, who is a creator with Rock Creations, a native of Silver Spring, who's pursuing ceramic art with Montgomery College. And Michaela Castillo, she's studying studio art, and she's interested in curating studies with ties to social justice and just expanding her skills here at the college. I also want to point out we may have a couple of folks here who are assisting with any questions you may have regarding how to access the college, how to get enrolled, financial aid questions. So add your questions in the chat. Maybe they're not related to the academic content that we're going to be discussing, but we can still help you. So be sure to add that in the chat as well. Sorry, not the chat, the Q&A button. And all right, our next section is faculty. You're up. We're going to start with Catherine Knight, and I'd love for you to kick us off with what makes MC stand out from your perspective.
Awesome. Thanks everybody for being here and for this opportunity to speak to you about my wonderful department. I noticed that just about everybody that answered the poll can take classes in my department. So I'm here representing the Department of Visual and Performing Arts. We're an interdisciplinary department. If you want to advance to the next slide, thank you. An interdisciplinary department on the Tacoma Park campus. So you can look here and see some of the degrees and areas of study that we offer, everything visual and performing arts. Okay, I'm advancing. Thank you. No matter where you take classes at MC, you're going to have outstanding facilities and opportunities. I'm going to highlight just a couple of facilities that are exclusive to our department in Tacoma Park. In the photo here, you see the sculpture yard and forge. The forge is especially exciting when they do the metal pours. We are also the only department offering darkroom photography currently, and we also have an extensive crafts, weaving, and textiles area. In addition to painting, ceramics, and drawing, and a really rockin' printmaking studio. If you see now, if you're interested in the performing arts, we have a beautiful theater where we put on student productions, and the dance studio, which has the best view on campus. We also have some really fabulous tech equipment, 3 dedicated computer labs, and really gorgeous high quality digital printing. One thing that really sets our department apart, I think, is our proximity to DC. We're literally on the Montgomery County DC border. And so your classes are often taking field trips and getting out into the city and taking advantage of all of the fine art and cultural opportunities that DC has to offer. I also want to highlight all the many ways that you can interact with professional working artists and get mentorship and advice from them. We have 3 gallery spaces that exhibit work from nationally and internationally recognized artists, as well as an artist in residence program where we each semester have an embedded professional working artist in a studio space in our building, and they have an open door policy, and students really, really benefit from working with our AIRs. Lastly, if you want to look at the career development slide, I won't read all of this info, but I do want to highlight in my last slide thank you, the professional practices capstone. Oh no, we skipped one. My bad. There's a professional practices capstone experience, which will be one of the last classes you take in your degree at MC. And what that does is it trains you how to document, photograph, write, speak about, and present your artwork. And it culminates in a portfolio night event where we invite in reviewers from, industry locals, and also not exhibitions, what's the I'm looking for? Admissions counselors from some of our transfer institutions and even internationally, and they're going to kind of give you their feedback on your portfolio and your presentation materials, which is an excellent sort of dry run before you're then using those materials for your transfer applications and beyond. So by the time you leave our department, you're going to be super well prepared for whatever your next step is. If you have any questions, I invite you to contact our department chair, Dr. Norberto Gomez, or you can reach out to me in the Q&A. Thank you.
Professor Robert Mayer, you are next.
Catherine, thank you for that. I'm just going to piggyback on what Catherine said. So I am from the Rockville Germantown Art Department. And the beautiful thing, one of the beautiful things about Montgomery College is you can take classes at different locations. So you don't have to like marry one thing. So I'll be highlighting some of what our department has to offer, starting with courses. So while many of the same courses are at Tacoma Park or at Rockville, Germantown, both campuses offer 2D design, 3D design, ceramics, crafts, drawing, painting. We have a great printmaking studio, a great sculpture studio. Sculpture's missing from my slide. Sorry, guys. It really does exist. We also have a wonderful, very well-equipped jewelry and metalsmithing area. And we're currently working on creating a fab lab on campus for digital fabrication. Next slide. So Art Walk is a week-long public art celebration that happens each April. For 1 week, art classes do collaborations or individual site-specific art projects that are displayed outdoors throughout the campus. And then there are also activity tables in which students can share their skills with the larger college community. The Rockville Germantown Artist Residency is different than the Tacoma Park in that our professional artist is embedded in the department in the sense that they collaborate on a project for 3 weeks with the students. So students from classes come into the gallery and collaborate and get to know personally the artists that they're working with. And the residency culminates in a gallery exhibit or an outdoor social practice project. Next slide. The Sarah Silverman Gallery on the Rockville campus hosts 6 exhibits per year of contemporary artists. The gallery has an annual student exhibition. It hosts the Artist in Residence program, as well as artist talks and related events. The Student Art League is a student-run art club that provides students with the opportunity to connect with like-minded peers. And this is so important because I feel like at community college, because it's commuter, oftentimes students struggle to find community, but not in our department because the Student Art League is a hub that enables connections. They do weekly meetings, special workshops, artist talks, field trips, and an annual potluck critique. Next slide. All of the departments, all of the art departments at Montgomery College are very proud to be an accredited member of the National Association of Schools of Art and Design. You can learn more from their website, but the accreditation process is very rigorous and the standards are extremely high in teaching, in the quality of student work, and the facilities themselves. If you're interested after you're done your experience at Montgomery College after 2 years, we've established transfer agreements known as articulation agreements with MICA, Pennsylvania College of Art and Design, and Salisbury University. We also have 2 4-year pathway agreements, which require more than a 2-second explanation with University of Maryland College Park and Towson University. Next slide. Our department offers 5 separate scholarships. The applications for the 25-26 academic year are being accepted until April 7th. So at midnight, so that's an extra few hours. So if you're thinking about that, you can reach out. Last but not least, the Rockville Germantown campus has 3 internships available for students to apply for. More information on anything that I've covered so quickly in this very brief presentation, you may reach out to me, or you may reach out to the chair of our department, Tendai Johnson, tendai.johnson@montgomerycollege.edu. Thanks so much for your time.
All right. So we have Professor Irene Albee. Go right ahead.
All right. Hello, everybody. It's so nice to, well, kind of meet you virtually, I guess. I represent the Department of Theater and Dance on the Rockville campus, and we have 1 degree, but you could specialize in different areas. So, of course, you can specialize in performance, where you would take acting, voice, and movement classes at various levels. You can specialize in tech, where you can learn costume design, set design, lighting design, sound design. And we also have a lot of dance classes. We have jazz, tap, modern, and ballet at various levels. So you can sort of choose the area that interests you. And we can move on. Thank you. So we do several shows per year right here on our campus in our theater. In the fall, we do 2 straight plays, and we use a variety of styles. So from Shakespeare and Commedia to contemporary styles and avant-garde. And in the spring, we do our big musical, which we collaborate on with our wonderful music department. And you're going to be speaking to Jay in a moment, who actually worked on Grease, which we just finished and which was sold out. We also have a secondary season, so we have a bunch of staged readings. A lot of our actors like to get involved in those to sort of wet their feet before they go to the main stage. Our capstone class is the directing class, which everybody takes, and they collaborate with the lighting class. So the lighting designers are actually designing for the student directors, and our directing scenes are coming up at the end of the semester. They're every spring, and it's a really exciting event. And we also have a 24-hour play festival, where literally it's like a giant party. The students show up at 7:30 on a Friday night, and they perform at 7:30 on a Saturday night. We have playwrights, directors, actors, and that is actually happening this Saturday right here in our space at 7:30. I will drop the info in the chat if you want to come see it. It is free, and it's a lot of fun, and it's amazing what they managed to do in that amount of time. Lastly, we have 2 dance concerts, a fall dance concert and a spring dance concert. So those are other opportunities to perform right here with us. One of our amazing things that we have is the summer dinner theater program. So every summer we do 2 different productions. This year we're going to be doing Young Frankenstein and Footloose. And it's a pre-professional training program with internship possibilities. So we actually audition people from all over the state and actually all over the country. So, but we do take a fairly large number of MC theater students into the program. The students get to work both backstage and on stage. They get paid internships and credit towards their schools. So that's a great opportunity. The auditions will be at the end of the semester for that. We can go to the next slide. We also do a lot of off-campus stuff. As people have mentioned, we live close to DC, and all of our professors here work professionally around town. So in the upper right corner, we went to First Stage to watch our professor, Helen Hayes, nominated Sasha Olenek performing in the Waverly Place at First Stage. And likewise, we go see a lot of other performances. We take the students to the Kennedy Center American College Theater Festival for Region 2 every year. This year it was in Pittsburgh, and in the acting competition, competition. Hetty Valentine, who's in the upper left corner, was one of the top winners, like one of 5 winners out of 170 duos at a really competitive acting competition. And then I want to note that we also bring in we bring workshops. So if we go back, well, on that last slide, there was a workshop that was actually brought by Jay Crowder, who's going to be speaking in a minute. Matthew Gardner of the Signature Theater, he's the artistic director. He came and he did a workshop in acting the song. So we benefit from a lot of professionals coming in and doing workshops and directing shows with us. And now on to the last slide, please. Lastly, we have a pipeline to Broadway. Our most recent alum who is on Broadway right now is Devon T. Moody, who was cast in the Buena Vista Social Club, and that's photos of different shows he did here at MC before he went. We have a lot of really great alums who are doing stuff. Peyton O'Keefe and Cameron Franklin, who were just in Greece, got accepted into the Signature Theater Overtures program after doing that wonderful workshop that Jay brought for us. We have Awa Alseco, who has performed all over the DMV area, as well as in New York and on Broadway, and is a Helen Hayes winner. And we have many designers working around town. I won't read the whole list, but we are a very dynamic department and we're doing a lot of professional stuff. So come join us.
Boom. You kicked that one. All right. Next, we are going to go to Jay Crowder.
Hi, everyone. I'm so excited to be here today to talk to you about the music department. And thanks, Irene, for all of the crossover information. I think the thing that sets our music department apart from other institutions is the fact that we have a world-class faculty and programs that offer a conservatory level experience right here at Montgomery College outside of DC. We have a very strong track record of helping students to transfer. There are 2 different degree programs that one can obtain, the AA and the certificate. Students will either finish the degree and begin working professionally, or will transfer to finish the 4-year degree. Within the department, we have different programs, and I'd like to highlight a few of those right now. The first program is the Voice program. It's a very strong program that we have. Students are given high quality instruction, and the unique thing that we offer in this area is that the students perform large scale choral works every year with community choruses on a yearly basis. The next program is the World Music Program, which presents the World Music Festival, which has become a nationally recognized festival. It combines music, dance, poetry, and art to foster engagement in a multicultural performance situation. Our jazz program is a thriving program and routinely places our student groups out to perform on all of our campuses for different events. For the composition student, if you're looking to compose, we offer music technology courses that teach students how to use the most cutting-edge music programs to create their own compositions. And lastly, as Irene said, we offer a strong musical theater component that presents 3 musicals a year, 2 during the summer, during our summer dinner theater, and 1 academic show. This program has enjoyed decades-long success in presenting high-quality musicals and instruction for students who are now performing on regional and national stages, including 3 Broadway debuts just this year. And I want to also say that the music department is a member of the National Association of Schools of Music. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you for that. I want to transition now to media, our media program. So Dr. Tim Scopeland, go right ahead.
Thank you. I'm Dr. Tiffany Timms Copeland, and you're listening to WMCR, your voice, your school, your station. Media Arts and Technologies is the home of Montgomery College's radio station and podcasting network. And there's so much more to share. Here's the fun fact. Most young people spend the majority of their day engaged with mass communications. So most people would engage with mass communications in their spare time. So I encourage you to come into the field that you love, which is media arts and technologies. The Media Arts and Technologies discipline within it, we offer many programs like the program that I oversee, which is media production. Now, media production comprises of television, video, radio, audio, as well as digital media. Now, we offer many other programs. So, for example, there's also photography, graphic design and illustration, computer gaming and simulation, as well as digital media and web technology. Now, media production at Montgomery College is different from all other schools. The reason why is because we offer industry standard equipment for students to use, as well as software for real world on the job experiences. Very important to us. We have a TV studio on site, a radio station. We offer 6 audio production suites, as well as 2 video editing suites. The whole program is just sweet. That's all I can say. It's really sweet. Now, when you get your degree within our program, you will be able to obtain an entry-level position. So those entry-level positions entail things like maybe a video editor. You can also work as a board operator. You could work as a promotions assistant. But what we anticipate is that once you get into the field, eventually you will be able to go into higher level positions. So that's what we're hoping for. So you can do a lot of different things. You could operate as a news reporter, a news announcer. You could be a photojournalist. You can work as a technical director, general manager for a radio station, program director, promotions director. And also, of course, you can be on-air host for a radio show, your very own radio show if you want to. So what we want to do now is just focus on some of our graduates that came from the area. And of course, Ed Clark is one of our graduates. So glad to see you here today. We also have a couple of other graduates that we would like to feature. One is Jim Long. Now, as you see, Jim Long, he's actually the camera operator, camera person for NBC Nightly News, the Today Show, Dateline NBC, NBC News Special Reports, MSNBC, and NBC News Now. And what he handles is that primarily he's the camera operator for high-risk assignments on NBC. Also, we have another person, Miss Kenzie Gibb. Kenzie Gibb is a federal contractor in the House of Representatives currently. So she's involved in doing several things. She's a recent graduate, so we're very, very proud of her accomplishments. So I just want to encourage you all to come into the field you already love, the exciting field of television, video, radio, audio, digital media, or one of our 4 other programs. Thanks so much for your time, and isn't this area simply fabulous? If you have any questions, let me know. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Dr. Timms Copeland. Just a quick reminder here that MC is a top degree producer. We are ranked number 7 best community college in the country. And with that, I want to kick us off with our alumni and student panel. So Ed, we'll start with Ed and then move on to Siboney, our alums, who are actually not in the area. They went on to pursue their field outside of the region. But I want to hear from you all. How do you feel that MC prepared you for success?
Studying television production at Montgomery College provided me with honestly a fantastic tool belt of skills and standards that I still use today in my career. I use them every day here for the Lions. Some of the courses there included television studio production, editing, animation, broadcast journalism, radio production, and engineering, all which taught me various softwares, workflows, preparation techniques, equipment, and the aesthetics for all kinds of media production. The professors there, they were excellent in making sure that I knew what the standards of solid production execution were in the industry. The industry is all about standards and making sure that you meet those standards. I was able to further practice a lot of this knowledge thanks to being a student assistant for Montgomery College Television right there on campus. The staff are all seasoned professionals in the field and have a strong drive to provide students with multiple opportunities to improve and contribute to multiple levels of productions that showcase the college and its education and its sports programs. Everything from learning how to coil cables, which I still do daily because you got to make sure that it's done right, to audio and camera and lighting setups, to editing, to studio on production truck operations. They've all translated very well into my career because I've used every one of those skills and still use them every day in my daily operations and use them throughout my career. And Montgomery College gave me that foundation, and I'm forever grateful for that experience.
Thank you, Ed. What about you, Siboney? How do you feel MC gave you that push forward in your music career?
Well, MC set me up for success in my music career because they provide us with some incredible professors who guide us. They teach us, they taught us some technique, they gave us some performance opportunities in and off campus. And even though now I am a graduate, I know that I can always count on them. I can always ask for advice. I don't live in Maryland anymore, but when I have gone back there, they are always there for me.
Thank
Yes.
you. And while I still have you both, what would you say, what do you wish students knew before about your career, about your field, before they jumped in? Ed.
Media production and broadcasting, for the most part, is not always a 9 to 5 job. There are absolutely positions inside of the industry that do follow that schedule. And if you're a team of one, you can dictate most of your daily routine and deliverable schedule. But the huge advantage and challenge of the industry is what gets done before you go live, and sometimes what happens when you are live. It could be a sporting event, commencement, a podcast, a virtual open house. There's a lot of prep work and setup that goes into, making a solid piece of content for the audience. There are opportunities for some to work early. Sometimes you work late. Sometimes it's all day. Sometimes it's a half day. But it's inside of those times that's where the magic happens. Whether you're finishing up an editing project or an interview or maybe a film, it's an amazing feeling to be able to watch or listen to something that you not only helped create, but other people are going to be able to enjoy. And there are times when the clock just flies by, and then there's sometimes when you're in hurry up and wait mode. Trust me, you want to be in hurry up and wait mode. But overall, the industry has so many different outlets that allow creators to invest their time when they make room for it. But just remember to respect those deadlines because they're coming.
What about you, Simone? What do you wish you would have known about your industry before jumping in?
Well, I wish students knew before entering to the music industry that there is no right or wrong way to achieve your music dreams. You have to be patient, true to yourself, be confident, expose your art. Don't be afraid of that. The only person who will judge you is yourself. Try to explore different performance opportunities. For example, for me, it was very helpful to perform inside the campus of campus, but also travel a lot and just be patient. Everything will come out. Just it's a matter of time. Thank you.
You said expose your art, and I know someone that does that very consistently. Romula, I want to go with you now, and we'll go with Romula and then Michaela. Tell us, how do you feel MC is giving you that preparation, that competitive advantage for whatever that next step is?
So real quick before I answer that, I just want to let you guys know I'm a special case. I actually, when I graduated high school, I went to university out of state and got a bachelor's in psychology, but came to MC to take classes to speed up my process because I changed my major. And if I had known about MC if my advisors and things like that when I was at John F. Kennedy High School had explained the power of MC, then I probably would have gone there first and transferred for the simple reason that for those 2 years that you're at MC, especially in the art departments, they really set you up for success. Like my focus is ceramics. So I was able to do ceramics 1, 2, all the way up to practicum 1 and 2 to the individual workshop, of which I'm able to focus on that. But in my curriculum, I was allowed to take serigraphy, silk screen printing. I was able to get into color theory. I was able to take pro practicum, all these classes to help advance me as an artist, right? And I wasn't just narrowed down into my field. And I feel that's the beauty of MC is that you go there for just 2 years and you're inundated with all this important information to make you successful in the future. So you have the opportunity of graduating and just becoming an artist, right? Or graduating and then going to get a bachelor's to then pursue a master's, right? And all of the professors understand that every student that comes in there has their own style of art, right? So no one's really trying to push anyone out of their style, but they're also trying to explain, hey, this is what fine arts is, right? So these are the components you can think about. And me, doing the traditional 4 years and then coming back to it for students who are currently in high school who can take college credits, go for it if you can, because that's your first foot in the door to see if this is something you really want to be involved in. If you want to pursue art, if you want it to be specific for painting, the next thing you know, you might be into graphic designing, working through Illustrator and Photoshop. I'm doing that. I'm actually shocked that I'm able to work digitally right now since I'm such a hands-on kind of artist with clay and stuff. So there's a lot of opportunity to open your horizons and a lot of space to allow you to kind of figure out where you belong. And because MC set the way it is, you make these connections not only with your teachers, but even with your peers. You might have differences, but there is this sense of community. So while I'm a little bit older than some of my peers, we don't really see age as anything. We're just here to create, explore, and to just move forward in the future of our education. So I think I might have answered that,
Yes.
but with a little extra.
You did. No, thank you. I'd love to hear from Michaela. What's been sort of the highlight of your experience with MC and some of the art classes you're taking?
So, a big highlight for me has just been the overwhelming amount of support that I, as a student, have received from my professors. And as someone who's interested in curatorial studies and making my own exhibitions, I, as a second year student, have already gained the opportunity to host my own exhibition. And like opportunities just like this are all over the place. For example, uh, I'm currently working with Catherine Knight, and she's working with a bunch of different students to work on a mural. And so students can work together on on some large scale murals, which is really cool. And it's just so awesome. As well as the club. So Student Art League, they're the ones backing me for my exhibition, and they have so many opportunities, leadership opportunities. You can volunteer to become a leader and give great ideas on your resume. It's awesome. And also, Red Jacket offers publication, so you submit your art and you have the opportunity to have your art published, and you can, yeah, it's really cool. Like I had the opportunity, and so now I have like some great things to put on my resume because of just these amazing standout opportunities. And just yeah, I really do appreciate MC for just the sheer amount of just opportunities that they give us, especially exhibitions. They offer exhibitions. You can apply to join exhibitions. I'm doing one next week that I got into, so they have a lot of uh open calls. Like right now, mine's an open call. So it's really cool. It's really awesome. And like I didn't expect it to be so great, but it is really great.
I'm so glad to hear that. And I know maybe some of you are wondering, well, it all sounds great, but what exactly am I going to have to pay here? And so I want to point out how MC compares to other four-year schools, public and private. So there's that slide. You can take a quick look. It's a no-brainer in some ways, right? But also I want to point you to a video about how to pay for college. It's I think a 3-minute video. You can scan or find it in our YouTube channel by searching Montgomery College on YouTube. And if you have any questions and you just want to talk to someone, sometimes it's just so much easier in person questions. Come to one of our campuses. We have offices called Raptor Central that can help you with anything regarding admissions, how to, just taking a tour on campus or how to enroll, any of that. We have scholarships that we welcome and invite for you all to apply once you have enrolled at the college. There's a deadline there for June 30th and also January 1st for different semesters. So those are some things to keep in mind. Now, if you are in high school, I want to give the floor real quick to Nora, who is with us, and she's going to talk to us about dual enrollment. So take it off before we get to our Q&A.
Hello, everyone. My name's Nora. I'm an early college coordinator with the dual enrollment program. So through our program, we allow high school students to take classes to earn either college credit or a college degree from MC at no cost to them. For example, through our Jumpstart to College program, MCPS students can work with an academic coordinator to enroll in up to 2 classes per semester. They can earn high school and college credits simultaneously. So through that, you can work towards a degree program of your choice, or you can take classes that interest you. It gives you a good glimpse or a jump start into what college life would be like. Our early college and middle college programs are more structured, and they end with the student earning an associate degree by the time they graduate high school. If you're interested in any of these programs, you can talk to the dual enrollment program assistant at your high school. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Nora. And with that, I just want to open it up to questions in the Q&A box. We do have one question, a couple questions already, that I want to maybe send over to our panelists. So one of them is, can someone please talk about audio engineering degree certificates? Is that Dr. James Copeland?
Okay, yes, thank you so much for that question. And we definitely offer audio certificates. We offer an audio as well as a video certificate, as well as a Associate of Arts in Media Production. But let's focus on the audio certificate portion. And audio certificate basically comprises of taking classes in audio, but also in radio as well. And then you also take the general media video classes to top that. Now, if you are interested in that particular area, audio, we have an audio productions techniques course that where you have full use of the radio station as well as all of the audio production suites. We offer 5 audio production suites as well as 1 broadcast studio. So all the work that you do in this particular class, you will do basically in the radio station. So you have top-notch equipment. You'll work off of an audio console. We also have a DAW system. So we are connected to Adobe. You would primarily be using Adobe Audition for the DAW system, for our select audio editing system. We also have Pro Tools, and of course, Audacity is available. But what you would do in these classes is that you would mix, you would master audio. You would also create things like podcasts, commercials, radio station imaging. You would do radio show intros. It just spans the gamut. You'll do a lot of audio production work. We don't per se prepare people to become an engineer, but we do handle audio engineering through the recording, the mastering, and the mixing of audio here in the studios. So that program, the certificate program, is really short. You would work on that class in particular. You would also take, for example, a radio station operations class, which gives you a management position. Essentially, you would be running the entire radio station as a student. You would have a management role in the radio station, and you would be expected to be a host and a producer of your own live radio show broadcast. Well, not exactly broadcast, but we are online. So anyone around the world would be able to hear your radio show offered through the studio here. And this is the broadcast studio right here. We do have, I'm not sure if you're interested per se in radio, but we do have industry standard radio software that you can utilize, as well as the industry standard audio editing program. And you'll get a wealth of experience. We also have a radio production class, which you will do a lot of the different production work that I spoke about. So what we do in the end, I think someone else was talking about this, but we prepare you for your portfolio. So you have all of your experience within a digital portfolio that you can take to employers, or you can take it to a transfer institution. So we really prepare you very well for that. And we also have a podcasting network, as I mentioned earlier. We do have an audio like an audio area as well, where you can upload all of your audio files digitally, so that you can put that and use that for your portfolio. And on top of that, we just have a number of digital resources that we use to make sure that by the time you graduate, you have a great portfolio in hand that you can show to any employer and let them know. And so that would be a great indication of how serious you are within the field. So we thoroughly provide you with enough experience to go into the field of audio engineering. Thank you so much.
Thank you for that. I do want to get to a few of the other questions, so let me send this one up to see who can take it. What is the difference between the certificate program and the degree program? I understand the degree program will end with an associate's degree, but what is the interplay with the certificate program?
I can talk about my experience as an alumni first, and then I'll hand it over to folks that are a little bit more authority about it. For me, the degree, when I achieved it, the certificates came with it, because the certificates had certain requirements that you needed to fulfill. And with the degree, you got it all. So as you're working through the degree, the certificates will be awarded to you at the end, but there are certain items within the certificates that you can complete. But the advantage of the MC program is that once you complete, certain aspects to be able to achieve the certificate, you're maybe a few courses away from being able to get the degree itself. So, but it does tailor to what your availability and opportunity is. And then I'll hand it over to people who are a little bit more official about it from the MC side.
Yeah, we do have a music certificate and a music degree, so maybe Professor Crowder might be able to take that one.
Sure. Yeah. The people that are trying to finish the AA most likely are going to try to transfer to another institution. Sometimes people come in and want to take the certificate because they want to just get the degree for 2 years and then maybe open a private studio or immediately start working in the field, and that is possible. But you can also take the credits from your certificate and transfer maybe to a conservatory situation where they wouldn't require the general education courses that we would require in the AA. So that's one of the bigger difference. If someone is more geared towards performance, they cannot take all of the general education and transfer and more seamlessly into a conservatory.
Thank you. Can we address this question? How long does it take to get the associate's degree in media production? It's a 2-year, right? Standard?
Yeah, exactly. It is a 2-year program. And normally students who are high school graduates or want to maybe do a change of field would get the associate. However, if you want to just add to knowledge, maybe, add to your previous knowledge, if you already have a degree, you can then after that get a certificate.
Also, while I have you, someone's asking, can someone talk about what courses to take for video editing and digital design for a transfer school, since a lot of the courses are associate's degrees?
Okay.
So I think if I understand the question, yeah, what courses do you take for video editing and digital design if you want to transfer?
Okay. Thank you for that question. That's a great question. Concerning media production, our particular area. We just moved into the Associate of Arts, meaning the program is much more transferable than it was before to go into an actual four-year institution. Now, as it relates to transferability, we are most of our credits transfer to certain institutions, like, for example, the Universities of Shades Grove. That's one institution that the most of the credits transfer into. However, typically what you would do is when you finish with the program, you would have to approach the university itself to see what classes would be applicable to that particular institution. But our degree is definitely much more transferable as it was or than it was previously. Now, as it relates to video editing, we just have that video editing class, but we have video production as well. We have video production 1, video production 2, we have television directing. And we just recently stopped offering a couple of classes because they weren't as transferable. So what we're trying to do now is just make sure that, the majority of the classes that the students take would be more transferable to go into a four-year institution. But that would really be a case-by-case basis, depending on what institution you're interested in going into.
All right, we have another question. Is it possible to learn stage acting and film acting together? Professor Albee?
Yes, absolutely. So yes, that is absolutely possible. I mean, the two things feed into each other anyway. We do have a film acting class that has not been offered for a few years, but we are planning to bring back. And so yes, there will be a film acting class in addition to acting levels 1 and 2, and voice and movement classes. So yes. Also, let me say that we do collaborate. Sometimes our stage productions have film elements to them, right? So we have actually collaborated with MCTV to create some film and video that was then done as part of a stage production as well. And there's definitely opportunities for crossover.
Right. Someone's asking, after graphic design, how does job or other opportunities look like for a newly graduated student? Who wants to take that?
Can you repeat the question?
Yeah, so after graphic design, I'm guessing if you get a degree in graphic design, how does job or other opportunities look like for a newly graduated student?
I don't teach graphic design, but I work closely with some of our graphic design students, and I would say that the majority of our students who complete their graphic design degree go on to four-year institutions, and then they get like eaten up like popcorn. Like most of them have no trouble finding jobs. We just had an event where like 5 or 6 recent alumni arrived, and they were all like fully employed in the graphic design field. So I know that once you're in that field, there's a lot of mentorship who can answer the question better than I, but I can say that most of them go on to complete their four-year degree and then are gainfully employed.
Awesome. Let's see, we have somebody asking, can you get a certificate as well as earn your way towards a degree and then transfer to a four-year?
Yes.
Great. Straightforward. Now, I know somebody's asking about a scholarship. Are there scholarships for somebody who's already finished their college somewhere else, got their bachelor's degree, but is now coming back to MC for another degree? And I believe the answer is yes. I mean, Romula, that's kind of your track, right?
Yeah, what's amazing is that MC has this awesome scholarship page that you can basically put in your details of like what you're looking for and things like that, and it'll actually pull up any scholarships that are related to you. Also, I had the opportunity when I actually came back to MC to really pursue ceramics. The first year that I was at Rockville, the new professor who's in charge of the department, Sarah Ramos, Parent Ramos, she saw my artwork in her class and she put me up for the Sarah Silberman scholarship. So I ended up being selected for that as well. So if you don't end up finding let's say a scholarship on the MC website, there's still opportunity for your work to be seen and faculty putting you up for a scholarship so that you can come back, the following semester or whatnot. So there's different kinds of opportunities out there. And of course, you can utilize FAFSA because you're not doing it for a graduate. So you still kind of fall underneath that bachelor opportunity to ask for grants and I guess the infamous loans that we don't want to deal with, but there's opportunities there as well.
Thank you. All right, and we're going to take, it looks like we have just one more question. Are internships common for art degrees, like tactile hands-on art?
I can speak to that. So I don't know about the Tacoma Park situation with, so I'll speak about Rockville. So in my presentation, there's a list of the, we have a Viz Arts. If you're familiar with Viz Arts, it's a wonderful gallery space with multiple galleries and all kinds of events in Rockville. We have an internship with them with the gallery space and also, I believe, a graphic design one as well. We have an internship opportunity at Black Rock. We have another one. Let me just see real quick. I just put this together. But let's see. We have one at the Arts and Humanities Council of Montgomery County. But we used to have one at the Smithsonian that has dissolved, but I know that our internship coordinators are always working to find opportunities for students, whether it be hanging their artwork in different locations or getting a paid internship
Great.
at a location.
Great.
And if I could just quickly piggyback on what Robin said, any of the art students are eligible to apply for those internships. So even though it's hosted by the Rockville Department, our Tacoma Park and Germantown students can also apply, and many of them have also taken advantage of those internship opportunities.
And one more thing about the scholarship too, we also have if you were to be a student at, I know on Rockville, I can only speak for Rockville right now, but let's pretend you have a financial crisis and you can't afford your art supplies. We are always doing whatever we can to help our students. And so we have an emergency fund that you can apply for. And more than often than not, the way that students find out about this is a student will make a comment about the money or make a comment, and the faculty member will reach out and say, can I meet with you for a second? Do you need any, and then something will come up and we'll say, hey, you know what, we can help you out. So if you are interested in being a student at Montgomery College in any of the art fields, our faculty are just hungry to help you do that and to reach your dreams. Nobody goes into art and reaches their dreams alone. We know that it takes people to lift you up, and that's what we're here to do. So, yeah.
It's a wonderful community. I see many people on our panel nod and agree, and I think you've all experienced it. And so it makes me all the more proud to call myself an MC alum and to be hosting this with all of you. I want to thank everyone who joined us. I'd love to point you to our contact information for any questions, any more questions you may have. So Dean Frank Trezza, Dr. Trezza is available for any questions. And what a pleasure. Thank you so much, all of our panelists, all of our faculty, our students, our alums. Thank you for taking the time. I hope that this has been valuable to you. And we invite you to join us along. We're on YouTube. We are on Instagram, on Facebook, and all the socials. And you can watch the replay anytime. So thank you for joining us and have a great evening.